Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Welcome to the 49er Minded Show. But this is the NWO edition. Sorry, I messed up the intro a little bit, but it's all good. That's what happens when you go live. F it, we'll do it live, and things aren't always perfect. Sorry for the delay. Sorry for
What
the
the
wait.
shit was that?
But we got my guy here, Ryan from No Border Sports. He's in the building. We got
No
Beto from
mama's
Niner
way.
Sickness.
What's up, putos?
And we got some people that were waiting patiently in the chat. Oh, cool. He's got a friend here.
Roger.
Hasn't been here a long time. Got to shout him out first. Wero Ski from Southern California. What's up, bro? My longtime homie. Good to have you here. See you in here on my show, on my call-in shows, and I'm gonna do a future call-in show. Maybe this week, maybe next week. We'll see when I do it. I'll make sure to announce it a few days ahead of time. We got Laura here. She's been waiting patiently in the chat. She says looking forward to the show. We got 49er Throwback. What's up, Fernando? Saying what's up.
Fernando.
No Border Sports is in the chat. Hey, he's on the show, and he's in the chat. Cool.
Who's that? That famous
Yeah.
guy from
Multitasking.
YouTube.
Who's
Not
multitasking?
famous.
Shut up.
And let me just remove this really quick. My pinche. Hang on.
There's a warrant out for Aaron. If you've seen Aaron from 49ers First Take, please let him know we're looking for his ass.
He may be fashionably late. What up, Jimmy Perez? Good to have you here. Says, what's up, Faithful? Welcome to the
What's
show.
up, Mr. Perez?
Are you,
You
a
know
good
what I
friend of-
found out?
What's up? Go ahead.
Beto, you remember me complaining about my crackhead neighbor?
Yeah.
So the guy who rents the mother-in-law apartment, he helped the cop arrest the crackhead.
Oh, wow. The
Neighbor.
crackhead's gone?
The crackhead is gone.
Oh, my goodness.
It's hilarious. It happened last Saturday. I had no idea. My roommate's like, "Hey, did you notice anything go down?" I was like, No. I guess the cop was having so much trouble. I guess the guy was like walking down this way, tried to walk in here. Cop like walked in the driveway, tried to like tackle him to the ground because he was resisting, I guess, or whatever. And I guess my roommate had to go over there and like help the cop hold him down as he cuffed him.
But what's the pretext of the story about a crackhead? I don't remember hearing about this.
Oh,
Well,
well,
bro.
it's bad. Like
Ding dong, the crackhead's gone.
If it's
Ding
not
dong, the
if
crackhead's
it's not family friendly, maybe we should talk about it.
No, it's
like-
not. No, it's not like that, but it's just a long story.
it's just imagine a house just run down and then you can walk up through cars that don't move and go to the side window and knock on it and maybe pick up some illegal substances.
Yep.
Alrighty
And
then.
all times of the day. And then when they don't answer the window in time, then you've got crackheads out there screaming because they're trying to get your attention because the crackhead might be passed out. You know what I mean? Because they'd be doing some
Smoke
stuff.
weed every day.
It's not weed. It's not weed.
Weed's legal nowadays. And then a great point where Oski said crackhead must have been a Raider fan. Hey, it's possible it happens. Let me see what's up to Bright Culp. He is here. Says what's up, Bashar. Says hey Beto. And says Ryan
Oh,
No Border
no.
Sports.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Holding
Don't
it
do it.
down. Oh, do what?
He's starting. He's trying to he's mimicking what Chardal said one night on my Friday night show.
Oh,
And,
okay. It'd be nice to have
yeah.
Chardal in the chat. He finally accepted my Facebook request as of 2 years ago. I hit him up a
bro.
Facebook request like 2 years ago, and he just now accepted it like 2 days ago.
It takes them about 2 years to.
I guess I'm not that important, Chardal, but if you're watching, hey, thank you.
He has me blocked, but comes into my show and wants to come on. And he's asked me to drop the link, and I'm dropping the link, but he can't see it because he's got me blocked for some reason. I've got
That's
no
funny
idea.
That's weird.
It must be because you cut your hair, bro.
Bro, I guess so. Cut a lot of them too.
He liked you.
Hey!
What's up? Sorry.
Oh, Aaron's here. There he is. What's up, Aaron? How you doing?
I was just eating some late dinner that took a while to get made.
What'd you eat?
This bread, my brother, he got some recipe offline of like you get ciabatta bread, you cut it in half. I love ciabatta. And you
Shabbat.
It's
put
an
like
Italian bread.
garlic and cheddar cheese, mozzarella, and all sorts of other stuff. And then you just dip it in some sauce.
Ciabatta, it's kind of like it's close to like this focaccia style as far as the shape and the kind of stuff that comes out, but it's not like doesn't always have like the pesto in it. You know what I'm saying?
You got to remember, like, there's ciabatta is a bread. Focaccia is like a dough that you put like a tomato and garlic.
I like it with
and
pesto.
I'm not a big pesto guy. I like pesto mixed.
Guy.
But
pesto and
Doesn't
Alfredo.
it give you gas?
I don't like the marinara.
Everything does. Everything
the
does.
marinara, it's too acidic for me.
So what are we talking about here?
Well, we talked about.
I love that song.
I'm just a bachelor.
I didn't want to play the whole riff because then I get copyrighted. Hey, we didn't talk about the Niners yet. We just we're easy on into it. We're just talking about
who knows how to ride.
I love that song.
What are you singing there?
Falling on.
I wish Corey Davis was in the chat because I was sending my friends Ryan, a couple other people, Corey Davis's brother's rendition of Foo Fighters' "My Hero" or something like that.
Dude, he kills it. That song's badass.
What'd you think about that?
He kills it. Oh, he killed it. Shout out Corey's brother.
Yeah, Corey. It was actually his birthday yesterday. If Corey, you're watching, happy birthday to your brother.
Oh, it was his birthday yesterday?
Same guy as his birthday yesterday. Yep. Forgot his name. I think it's Chris.
So Corey's birthday was yesterday?
No, Corey's brother, the guy singing the video.
I was like, I was on that jerk show and he didn't even say it was his birthday where I could wish him a happy birthday.
I know. Well, not Corey's brother. Yeah, Corey's brother, the guy singing. It was his birthday yesterday. Yeah. He killed that Foo Fighters song. When I saw it, I was like, damn, next time I go to karaoke, I gotta kind of brush up on my singing and try to belt that tune out because that's a really good song. Actually, I liked it. It was like
Did you ever see that the live version was played with the son of the drummer that passed away? His son was playing the drums.
I didn't click on it, but I saw the thumbnail for it. I gotta watch it.
It's hard to watch that without tearing up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I tear up very easily when I watch emotional stuff. I'm kind of a chick.
Getting into my 40s, ever since I lost my brother, lost my brother, and you do tear up easier. I'll say that. If things like that happen to you, it's not like it used to be. So that's
at least you know you got a heart. You know what I'm saying? What up, Jess?
Jess? We got Jess here. She says East Gold. East Red and Gold podcast. What's up?
That's my co-host right there.
That's Beto's co-host. Check them out.
Yo, they had didn't they have Randy Cross on the other day?
Yes, they did.
Yes,
they did. Okay, there you go.
Awesome.
Shout out to Randy Cross.
And speaking of Rich, and check that out because it was a very good good interview.
I caught a piece of the interview. He was talking about him and Bill Walsh and kind of some things.
If I don't know if Jess has done it yet, but I think she put up just the interview, so you don't have to watch the whole show. You can watch just the interview with him, I believe. So you might want to go over to her channel
and subscribe if you haven't while you're there.
Yep. Please.
As soon as I pay down this laptop, dude, I got to buy a new camera, guys.
I was gonna say you spent an arm and a leg for that laptop. Really quick though, since you guys brought up Randy Cross, I want to watch that interview, and we can make this an opening topic really, really quick because I do think it deserves to be discussed. Why is it that we won all these Super Bowls under an offensive, minded team, Bill Walsh? We renovated the West Coast offense and kind of made it ours and made it our thing. It kind of existed in fragments in the NFL before, but Bill Walsh really put a stamp on it. We're this team known with this electric offense, winning Super Bowls. But where are the Hall of Fame offensive linemen? How come none of our guys are in the Hall of Fame?
I don't know. I think maybe because they were system players that maybe wouldn't have excelled outside the 49ers. Are you talking about like the linemen back in the day, like Sapolo, McIntyre, guys like that?
On all the Super Bowl teams. Pick any of those Super Bowl teams. Do you think there should be one?
Aaron said it right because there's a system.
They were system offensive linemen. You put Steve Wallace or Harris Barton and McIntyre. Because you got to remember, like into the 90s, when we went into the 90s, our offensive line became to look really small when we go up against a defense like Dallas. Dallas was a big defensive line. They had big linebackers. And here we were with, 275-pound offensive tackles, you know what I mean? Where Dallas had like 330 on the end. So that's probably why. They were probably systematic players. I don't know. I thought you were going to ask why the new age 49ers is all about offense or all about defense.
Oh, because they don't have Joe Montana.
The reason the Niners are a defensive-oriented team is because they have a guy who was part of one of the greatest defenses of all time running their front office. They don't have an offensive guy. They got a guy that was part of, probably one of the greatest defenses of all time with the Bucs.
Although in 1984, the Niners were known more for their defense than their offense.
Even with Harbaugh, though, the Harbaugh teams they were defensive dominated. If you think about it,
they didn't have that quarterback. That guy.
We never had
even
the franchise
the Walsh
guy.
teams. Even the Walsh teams did not have slouches there in the defense. It seems like we've got this.
Yeah, they had Fred Dean back in the day, and they had the hot licks, with Dwight Hicks and Carlton Williamson and Ronnie Lott, all those guys. But I don't know. Sorry, I didn't mean to
Niners had
overtake.
some really good defenses back in the day, 88 and 84.
I think it's kind of like
underrated defenses too.
Yeah.
The defense that was amazing though was against the Dolphins. So that year, the '84 defense, that was a top tier defense.
The 84, yeah.
Arguably the greatest Niner defense
Marino
of all
still
time.
threw for a lot of yards in that Super Bowl, but they didn't do jack crap.
In a losing effort, though, he was down by so much, so they were going to.
Yeah, remember those yards came towards the end.
Yeah.
As they say, not all yards are created equal. Warowski says Niners were successful drafting players on the
Hey,
wall.
what's up, Roski? Haven't seen him in a minute.
Warowski's really awesome, dude. I like to have him on as a guest. I'll try to get in touch with you, bro, whenever you have time to do so. I've been saying that, but we'll make it happen. But back to the offensive lineman, like Randy, what's his name? Jess said right here that Randy Cross should have been in the Hall of Fame. You could make the argument. How many Super Bowls did Randy Cross win? He at least won. He won 3. He won 3 of the 5. Steve Wallace was really good.
Center or guard, because Randy Cross was a guard for a while.
I put him in
before he went
center.
to center. Yeah,
I put him in as a center. And Sapolo was really good. Sapolo got moved around a bit from guard to center too.
Harris Barton.
I always thought Steve Wallace was a little of a liability in pass coverage or in pass protection.
The year that I really liked Steve Wallace though was that Steve Young Super Bowl year. I thought he was electric that year. I mean,
that's when he had that stupid bubble on his head because of the concussions.
Yeah. What was it? It was stupid looking, but I mean, it was there for a reason, though.
No, I don't. No, it was during a game where Steve Young took off because he thought someone was coming around the corner, and what happens is that Steve Wallace's helmet cover popped off and fell near where his peripheral vision was, and I remember John Madden be like, "Oh, you see that?" It was like, yeah. So,
boom. That was tough acting to acting.
Actually, if it wasn't for that shot, that brought up the confidence in Wallace. Wallace was shaking up. Once he felt more confident that he would not get whiplash, he played way better after that.
Whiplash,
but
you mean concussion?
Yeah.
Probably both.
Both, yeah.
Wow.
What up, Randy? Randy says, boom. He's imitating my Madden impression. R.I.P. to John Madden.
Tough acting, acting.
Tough acting, acting. Boom.
I miss that guy. I love that guy on radio or on TV.
Do you ever remember watching a broadcast and they zoom in on the moon and he goes, "You believe a cow jumped over that thing?" I was just I think
they used to do
out of nowhere, right?
Funny things, man.
That came out of nowhere.
Madden broadcasts were so, even if somebody didn't know anything about football, they could watch a game that Madden was broadcasting and they'd find it entertaining and fun.
He reminded me of my dad so much. The shaky fat guy laugh, when a big fat guy jolly.
I wish I could hear your dad laugh.
That's how my
it's
dad
almost
laughing,
like he was.
I'm not laughing.
It's almost like he was
care.
John Candy's John Candy's uncle. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
those guys would have been fun to watch on set together.
Oh hell yeah!
You know what? That's a good point there.
John Candy.
Yeah, shout out to John Candy. That guy's amazing.
Well, Joe Montana said, "Hey, look, there's John Candy. Remember that?"
Yep.
He was a couple of rows away from.
That was during the famous
from where I was seated at.
The goat making drive in Super Bowl 23 that established Montana, at least for a while, as the best until dumbass Tom Brady had to come by.
Well, until Montana kept getting hurt, Montana.
Yeah, Montana was a small guy. He was a pretty small guy.
You know what?
He was a dink and dunker.
Yeah.
Montana.
Hey, we can go off to our next topic.
Stay for that topic. I got 5 shows this week.
Well, we
Montana
got
should have manipulated the league and got his own rule, and then he could have stayed longer.
Well, now we have the Brock Purdy rule, right? They implemented the Brock Purdy rule.
That's the Kyle Shanahan rule.
Yeah, baby. Well, dude, because they don't want to have another conference championship game where the game's over in the top of the beginning of the second quarter.
Yeah, that was beneficial for the NFL, bro.
Look, it was only Eagles fans and Niner fans watching at that point, and that was it. Because why would a freaking Jacksonville Jaguars fan sit around and watch the Eagles just beat the crap out of the Niners
unless they hate the
Niners. With a running back playing quarterback? You know what I mean?
I had somebody comment on a short that I made. They're like, it wouldn't have won anyways. I'm like, we don't know.
We don't
know. Yeah, the Eagles probably win that game.
Even if we didn't win, it would have been a better game than it would have.
That's what I said. People, it wouldn't have been a 31-7 ass kicking. It would have probably.
And people want to blame the defense for giving. They were once they knew
they
lost.
It was
on
like the field the whole game.
But not only that, it's like your heart taken out of your chest when you lose your starting quarterback. Come on.
You imagine playing defense and being like, oh, guess what? We're going to turn the ball back over to the offense, and they're going to do absolutely nothing.
They can give it right back to us.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It was equivalent to the offense we had. It was equivalent to the offense that we had in Chip Kelly era. Remember how Chip Kelly kept doing the no huddle offense throughout the whole game, and we wouldn't score any points, and we punt the ball right back, and the defense would have to be on the field the whole game. That's exactly what it was.
Chip Kelly, oh my god!
And you know what? You know what else too? Randy Daytona made a comment down below. He says that they didn't want that happening in the Super Bowl. You imagine the Niners if they would have somehow won that game, going into the Super Bowl with no quarterbacks, because Jimmy Garoppolo is a friggin'.
Yeah, that was not going to happen. You see a lot of those calls went against the Niners in that game too, especially after McCaffrey scored.
I just don't think the 49ers could have offensively, with Garoppolo, gone up against Kansas City. It would have been a friggin' white. They would have done exactly what they did the last time.
From the regular season, how we got embarrassed.
Can you imagine going into a game against Patrick Mahomes without a quarterback?
We don't match up well with the Chiefs. Just their speed and Mahomes. We just don't.
We would if we had a quarterback.
Right. No, I agree. That's the big thing with the 49ers. They got all this talent everywhere on their team.
Now, hold on. To be fair, we haven't played them press man yet.
No.
We were playing press man. Huh?
I think that's a bad idea.
Not with the personnel that we have now.
Well, it's true. They don't have what's his nuts anymore. Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
You play man with Tyreek Hill, and you're asking to get.
No, you got to play zone on him.
If you miss your jam, it's bye bye.
You don't have to play zone on him. You can play man on him. You just have to make sure he's accounted for, and he's.
You'd have to do some sort of bracket.
But one thing I like about man this year more with
just have a safety that moves over the top.
It's going to give the freaking front four more opportunities. The quarterback's going to hold the ball more.
We're going to be blitzing a whole lot more too. Let me see what's up to Joey Mahoney really quick. He's jumping to that. He says, I'm more excited about our UDFA players signed after the draft than I do our actual draft picks, minus D Winters. He's a big D Winters.
It sucks that they dropped Gray.
They didn't drop Denny Gray.
Hey, we got D Sizzle in there.
Oh, you're just messing with Doug. D Sizzle's here. What's up? D Sizzle says, you know what it is? What up, family? About to hit the Niners switch soon. But what's the Purdy rule? Yeah, so we're allowed to suit up 3 active quarterbacks, and I believe both quarterbacks have to be officially injured in order to bring in the third guy. We can't just have QB1 playing like crap and QB2 playing like crap and be like,
no,
hey,
it has to be let's try because of injury.
They got to be either got to be ejected, it said, or incapacitated.
Now they can make it happen though if they really wanted to. Think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't block anybody like last year.
Yeah.
No, you could bring him into the tent and they can answer all the questions wrong, and you go, well, he's got a concussion.
Yep.
Well, according to Greg Papa's dumbass, maybe that's exactly what's going to happen.
I love it when you call me Greg Papa.
Greg, he needs to retire.
Greg Papa.
You know what? It always. Beto.
Come on, Bashar. Come on. Defend Greg Papa here.
I just say, okay, here I have a history of Greg Papa.
He said it on Twitter. He's like,
I said on Twitter, I'll say it again for those of I grew up watching Greg Papa. He was the first when I first started watching the Warriors. I'm a big Warriors fan. He was the Warriors flagship announcer for many years, and I met him when I was in high school. This guy's so cool. He's so friendly. Blah blah. Then he became the Raiders announcer. Then he finally became the Niners announcer. So I've always liked Greg Papa because he's been a voice of Bay Area sports. But what he's just making
getting fired. He keeps getting fired for a reason.
He's coming up with more reasons for me to not like him, basically, with his shitty takes.
Right, and then you got Tim Ryan and his.
What did Tim Ryan say? What did Tim Ryan say?
I just don't like. No, my problem with Tim Ryan is he's that guy who gives you too much information as a football fan. If you're just watching a game and you like football, but you don't really understand X's and O's. He's that guy that makes you go, where's the remote? Because he likes to like show his prowess for what he knows, and then he's got that annoying ass deep voice that it's just like, he was doing.
Come on, he has a good football voice. He has a football voice.
They were doing their thing that they do every year, though, their voice of the franchise, their face of the franchise. They do that. Then he was talking and interrupting players and trying to talk football jargon with players while the players were just sitting there. And I'm like, shut up, dude. Let him talk. You know, I don't like him. I hate
everybody,
people.
Aaron.
I do hate everybody. I'm a freaking miserable.
Oh my gosh.
He hates us, but he just tolerates us.
No, I like you guys. I don't like a lot of people, but I like you guys. Especially Ryan. Ryan is like the voice of reasoning when he always makes me come back.
Why'd it have to be the white guy?
Don't leave, Aaron. Stop it.
No, Ryan out of like
the Middle Eastern guy or the Mexican guy. No, but the white guy, I like him.
Well, because Ryan's like the guy who I don't expect it from, because he's the guy that could probably, kick a lot of ass.
I'm messing with you.
And he's actually like the most level-headed sometimes, even more than me.
He's always stoned. Sometimes. Level-headed my ass.
But they'll keep him being stoned keeps him from hurting people.
No,
being stoned helps people from not going to prison for assault because they'll beat everybody up.
The tattoo of my daughter is what does that. It's on my arm for a reason, so I can see when times are bad. Don't go to prison for the rest of my life. You know what I mean?
That's a
Bubba will be waiting for you with the big 9-inch.
Yeah, baby.
Whoa. That's a topic for a whole different show right there, buddy. So
wait a minute. I said 9-inch, and Aaron's like, yeah, baby.
9-inch nails. He's talking about 9-inch nails. The Rock group, Trent Reznor. Let's talk about Brock Purdy.
Lyrics say that I feel you from the inside.
Well, who was it? Ryan Hensley and Larry Krueger had that debate, and Krueger's like, he's not a dink and dunk quarterback. He's not a dink and dunk quarterback. Like, he isn't. I mean, let's talk about it though. But is he a franchise guy? What I think he's better than a dink and dunk quarterback, but I'm not.
We don't know if he's a franchise
yet. I think it's way too early to say.
Yes,
he's going to be the next Tom Brady. Make him the franchise guy now.
No.
Too early.
No. Too early.
Don't
make the same mistake you did with Jimmy.
Right. Exactly. 100%.
If you learn anything from Jimmy, wait.
When I heard them trying to think about giving away Lance in the offseason, that's a fireable offense, because if Purdy tanks, you did it twice.
Both of them should be gone.
Kyle, that's a stupid move. No, I don't think Purdy is a franchise guy, because he hasn't played enough games to warrant that kind of.
Yeah,
you can't crown a guy after.
Can be, but you can't say he's now. No way.
He doesn't have the requisite arm strength. He's small. Okay, those are the things that go against him. Is he great with reading the field? Yes.
Breeze didn't have a good arm.
Can he? Right. He can move around in the pocket. He's gutsy. He's a leader. He's got the mental part of it. But you after that many games, with this loaded roster, it's. I want to see what would happen if he didn't have all these weapons. How good would he really be?
Yeah, I'm a little worried because it's not guaranteed that we're going to have this dope ass defense or these dope play run after the catch type guys. None of that's guaranteed. So, what about you, Ryan? What's up, Ryan? What do you think?
Let him swallow.
So, did everybody see Grant's take on this?
No,
clue me in.
So refresh.
So what Grant was kind of saying is, he got to the end of it. He pretty much said, "Yeah, Purdy's dink and dunk." But his criteria that he found him to be this by going by was essentially Brock's longest completed pass to the outside by the numbers is like 29 yards. He's got that long one to Kittle up the middle, but that also it's not like the hypotenuse of the triangle. It's straight down the field. So
geometry over here.
Right.
Yep.
So he's saying, like, if he can't push it down the seam on the edge, which what you don't want to have happen to you if you come in with a single high safety, which we've seen a lot of in the last couple of years because of Jimmy and him not being able to push the ball far down the field. And when you got a single high safety, you usually have 8 in the box, right? So he's saying if you're still not going to be able to push things down by the numbers on the sidelines over and past 30, maybe 40 yards, you're going to constantly have a single high safety, 8 in the box, and you're not going to see like a too high safety set, or not a too high, but a too deep safety set, because no one's scared of you getting over the top on them. So to me,
I agree.
Whatever you want to call it, if you don't think Brock Purdy's dink and dunk, whatever was just described there, I'm trying to move away from. You know what I'm saying? I that's what I'm saying. So whether you want to call it dink and dunk, I don't care what clarifies you want to put on it. Not necessarily that Brock Purdy can't get any better or this or that. I'm just saying right now my vision for the team is not seeing single high safety and 8 people in the box every time we line up on offense.
Agreed.
Yeah.
True.
What I want to see from Trey Lance is I want to see him throw the ball intermediate to your and a slot and make sure you hit him. I mean, the long bombs he can throw, no problem. But those short 8 passes, he's overthrowing receivers. I don't want to see that either.
Him.
Or behind him. But it's been so long since we've seen him, though. So there's a good chance that he may have improved on that. We'll talk about that.
Same thing with Purdy.
Well, what about D-Sizzle? D-Sizzle says, I don't believe our offenses ran for deep balls, but if they open it, I believe both quarterbacks can make plays. I mean, let's see.
I feel like any offense
Brock has shown he can make more throws. Brock has shown that he can make more throws than Jimmy and do things better than what we saw with Jimmy. Now, is he a consistent, amazing deep ball thrower? No, he's not. But if Purdy goes head to head against Trey Lance and Trey Lance stinks up and he sucks ass and Purdy looks hella good like an amazing franchise quarterback, I'm not going to trip off the deep balls too much because he does everything else pretty well. So, but is my ideal choice Trey Lance? Yes. I'm more towards the Trey Lance side.
And it should be. Everybody's ideal quarterback should be Trey Lance.
Here's the thing. Brock Purdy's efficient. He moves the offense, right? Trey Lance, if he could ever be that, then he has that other part on top of it that the great quarterbacks have, like the Allens, like the Mahomes, where they have that extra element. Not only can they run the offense efficiently, but they can also threaten you downfield, like Ryan said, and not be able to just sit with 8 in the box. The problem is if Trey is struggling with just the elementary part of the offense, yes, he can make the big throws, but that's just part of the offense. It's not everything. Brock does the fundamental stuff that gets the ball moving downfield. He doesn't make the bad pass. He scrambles out of the pocket to avoid getting sacked. He's able to see the field quickly. If Trey can do all that, and then you have that other element added on top, that's when you become that elite level quarterback. Because not only can you do the easy stuff, but now you have to defend a guy that can throw the ball 60 yards on a rope down the sideline on man-to-man coverage and still beat the. When you watch Mahomes, he's just. Joe Montana said this. He does a lot of stuff that you tell other quarterbacks never to do. A lot of like fundamentally bad stuff, but because his arm is so talented, he can get away with it.
And his improv skills are second to none, the best.
You know how with some teams you got to pick your poison. Sometimes it seems like the defense can pick our poison for us because of who we've got on the field. Not just that, but what Kyle Shanahan will do. if they're giving me the pass all day long, he'll pass because they're giving it to him. The math says so. No matter what time it is in the fourth quarter, and that you need to run the clock out, he will sit there and he will pass because it's what they were giving him. Even though I think he's changing. I think he's actually changing, though, and he's starting to get away from that in certain times because he feels that, look, I just got to, go old school when I got it in the bag. I also don't think we play I don't think we take enough shots. And I think the reason being is because Kyle has to draw up a play that is a shot. You know what I mean? He has to figure out how the defense is working, how to break the defense, and he has to call it at the right time with the right personnel or whatever. You know what I mean? Like with whatever they're calling.
It's calculated.
So it because if it's a zone buster, you know what I mean, and they call it man, well, there goes that. You know what I mean? So if we had person who could do that with just, let your guy get open, you know what I mean? And then just throw the ball, give him a 50-50 ball. That's a weapon to have. You know what I mean? Just be like, hey, they're getting too close in on us. You know what I mean? Like they're not respected things. Give them a 50-50 ball.
You want to keep the defense off. You want to keep the defense honest, and you throw those deep shots. And when you have a quarterback that can do that, you'll keep that defense honest. And again, I know I've been supporting Brock a lot. I like Brock, but Trey, I want him to. Trey's the guy. If you get the best out of Brock and the best out of Trey, obviously the answer is Trey, because Trey can do what Brock can do and beyond. Brock can't do everything that Trey does, but I want to see Trey do what Brock has done last year to that or more, and I'll support him. You know what I mean? But I had to see that.
Let me see what's up. The Bebop. The Bebop's here. Says, "What's up, fellas? What up, Bebop? We see you.
What's
here.
up, Bebop?
Is it where the Dink and Dunker thing come from? Lost. Oh, Ryan Hensley was bringing it up to Larry Krueger. They were on each other's shows, and it was a big thing on Twitter, and it just became a big topic of discussion.
There was some shots fired. I think Larry kind of. There's been some people there's been people who have press passes who have been kind of sneak dissing other people that don't have press passes.
Yep. No, that's wrong.
Pretty much saying,
which I told you guys, what was one of my biggest issues press pass months ago when I was having my meltdown. There's this little bit of like
somebody can take my pass.
This little bit of ego. There's this thing where like,
is that the Outback Steakhouse pass?
Hell yeah! How'd you know, Ryan? You were there.
I don't know. I swear I saw.
That's for the Boom Boom Room at the Gentleman's Club.
Outreach. It looks like it's Outback. Outreach. Oh,
I swear I saw out.
I thought you were just looking it up.
But look what I do there.
Like it.
Tech support, baby.
Tech support.
Shit!
I thought that was the incognito name for the Gentleman's Club.
I work from home now.
No, but like, yeah, like some people, we always as people that don't have any credentials, all of us, whether we admit it or not, get a little bit like we know that we are only going based off our knowledge of as a fan, right? And if somebody is going to watch a channel, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna go watch the guy that has inside knowledge to the team,
or is just watching what's going on in the field. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. When you use that as a in a pissing contest or a crank measuring contest, so to speak, that's cheap. That's cheap. You feed into the insecurity of guys like me who are like, I can't compete with that. And then they say it, and then it's like, see, that's what I mean, so.
And when you're talking about, especially like the press conferences or media that we all can see, right? And you're saying that I don't know what we're talking about. Because what? Because you get to walk up to John Lynch and just start asking him questions? No, you got to wait for the same time when everybody else gets to huddle around the damn table and ask questions. We all get to see that too. So don't tell me that, you necessarily have now when it comes to certain things like OTAs and such like that. Okay, yeah, bruh. When you get to go in the locker room, yeah, I get that. Okay, but when no one's even in the locker room and this is all stuff is going on and people are just talking about media, like we can all read into it just that you can. Okay,
I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself.
Right?
Literally.
Like we're all in the building at that point. We're all in the same amount of building. I just,
I hear you, bro. It's frustrating. Why can't you just be a content creator, and be yourself? Why just other people that have, not everyone with credentials, by the way, but those that do kind of stick their chests out. But you know what? To me, those that stick their chest out used to get their ass kicked in school by bullies.
It's kind of like a muscle show. What's up?
In my opinion,
like the exact 187
says BBNG. I'm not sure what that stands for. Maybe you guys can clarify. But
what was that?
I was thinking people like that usually get slapped upside the head, open hand.
Yep.
Low the Truth 05 is here. Says go Jimmy Butler in the Heat. He's a Heat
their
fan.
hats go flying off.
I hear the Lakers are doing good right now. I didn't know they were playing.
Is anybody surprised the Lakers were going to come out?
I keep looking to my left.
So what do you think about your little Laker game so far, Beto? Are you happy so far, or what?
Yes. Well, they have to win, bro. I don't want to get swept.
Their backs are against the
I
wall.
don't think they're going to win at all. But I at this point, just don't get swept.
And everybody just picked against them on ESPN, and I was like, "Oh, watch them pull the Boston Red Sox in 2004."
Oh, that'll be awesome.
That would be the greatest job ever.
Lakers are not winning, and that sucks as a Laker fan. But at least Boston is also 0-3. And if you're a Laker fan, you hate Boston like the Niners hate the Cowboys.
That's my dude Wayne Breezy's team, man. I can't hate him, man.
But I'm a Laker fan, bro. He hates the Lakers just like I hate the Boston.
Breezy. He gave me a shout out today on his show, and I got to thank him for that one.
No, I love Breezy, but just not his team. At least not that one.
Yeah. It's funny. Me and Jason Aponte, well, he's more of a Yankees fan than I am, but like we're both Niner fans, and technically we're both Yankees fans. And he's from the East Coast like me. So it's like anytime you get into like a conversation when you're talking about that sort of thing, it's always like, finally, usually it's like, yeah, I'm a Houston Texan or I'm a 49ers fan, but I like the, whatever. What's
the name of that guy that sits across from A. Smith or
that's
basketball player.
Shit Bayless.
No.
Jalen Rose?
Right now on the halftime, right now. He's
Jalen Rose.
Married to Molly.
One with the painted
He used
hairline.
to be married to Molly. Jalen Rose. He's not married to her anymore.
Are they not married no more?
No,
they divorced.
he hit it and quit it.
How do you know, Aaron? Were you there?
No, with that hair of his, I can always picture her just holding onto his hair when he was,
with that hair, he looks like a microphone.
You can't work and
I didn't know they were divorced.
Listen,
they are.
Have you heard the saying? My dad always used to tell me, and I never listened to him, and I paid for it multiple times. You don't where you eat, right? You don't date or whatever at the job. It never works.
You don't stick your pen in the company ink.
Right, exactly. My dad always was like, I'm telling you, it's not good. Awesome. I love that. I love that.
She's dealing with an illness, a bad one, and he left her. If he left her for that, that's wrong, bro. Like,
wait.
Now you're sick. I don't have time for you.
Who's to say it wasn't gone before that?
No. No,
you guys are just hoes, man.
Is she leaving him?
According, he left her, right? I mean, he left her.
Maybe his Peter bug wasn't working. Maybe
now we're getting to the TMZ part of the show, guys.
I'm just saying, there's lots of things that could be going down. You know what I mean?
It's just my girl, though.
How about we talk
a mutual
about
thing?
Let's talk about Trey Lance really quick because Jeff Christensen, the current quarterback coach for Patrick Mahomes, who's been working with Trey Lance and had a lot of good things to say about Trey Lance and saying that, when Trey Lance was making mistakes and not looking good, he took mental notes of what Patrick Mahomes was doing when he was running certain drills, and Patrick Mahomes would execute those drills with precision. And, lo and behold, Lance was just taking a jump every single day. He was taking a substantial jump with his progress.
Which we've heard before. We've heard that he's really good at taking criticism, and changing it the very next play. We've heard that before, right?
And then and I know, Beto, you were telling me that you think that the Jeff Christensen or Ryan Hensley also said it, where they think Christensen may have been pumping up his own quarterback school. But I think they hold some merit because Kyle Shanahan himself did say on the first day of the phase 1 that Lance's delivery did look different and was the best it ever looked, and his release was the best it ever looked too. So it looks like it is holding some weight too, in my opinion. But it all remains to be seen what it looks like tomorrow with him and Darnold on the practice field.
Well, actually, not even tomorrow on game 1.
It was today actually too, though. Today they practiced, but it wasn't open to the public, so we don't know what it looked like.
He also had the finger issue where he had to relearn a throw, and also he had a dead arm caused by bad mechanics, and that it took that, the kid is so raw that he doesn't even like have a delivery that's repeatable. He had to be taught. That's when people say, why did the 49ers, who are a win now team, draft a project quarterback? That's where I understand the frustration and the criticism is he has all these things that he's so unrefined at because he just hasn't played. And that's why a lot of people, and a lot of people make it a racial thing, and sometimes it is. The Brock Purdy is like, the second coming of, Drew Brees in Montana. And like, it's because he has so much less ability.
I thought you was going to say because he's so white.
He has so much less ability, but he's able to perform now. Whereas like Trey Lance is like a work in progress,
Everything's
I don't understand, nowadays, bro. I don't understand why they just didn't like send him to people. No, like, well, if
he had his own QB coaches.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is if it's not getting fixed, it's like, okay, look, we need it fixed right now. So you don't worry about getting in the game at all because you ain't got this shit fixed. So now you need to hurry up and get this shit fixed so you can get in the game. That's what I would have been saying the whole time. Okay? Because guess what? A guy like Trey Lance is going to get that shit fixed so he can get in the game. That's why he wants to be on this team. He wants to be in the game. So if I tell him, look, this is your release, your everything, that's all I care about right now. You know what I mean? Because that's the only hang up. That's his, it seems to be his hang ups. That and maybe hesitation on delivering the ball. You know what I mean? We've seen a couple of times in some of his best plays, he has hesitated with someone coming across the field and had to get them in the second window.
And those windows close fast, bro.
Yeah, and sometimes the second one isn't going to be there, especially if somebody was keying into what he was doing beforehand, sees what's coming on, and knows exactly, where the window is. They can get in the middle of it.
Yep.
They can go help him going through. They can meet the other guy halfway. Yeah. So that's really what I need from Trey Lance. And the other thing I need is for Kyle Shanahan to let Trey run the Brock Purdy offense, run the Jimmy G offense.
Yep.
And
I'm assuming he finally learned his lesson.
No, do you think he didn't run it before because of Trey's finger and it wasn't healed?
That might be it. That might be it. But at the same time, we saw him hucking balls down the field. So why does he have to keep the ball all that much? If you remember how Russell Wilson was used his first 2-3 years, especially the first 2 years, he killed you with the run game a little bit, but it was only on like three plays a game, maybe 4 plays a game, maybe 3 designed ones and maybe 2 scrambles. But he was gutting you. He was gutting people. The reason being is because he was always booting out afterwards. Every single play he was booting out afterwards. He didn't have the ball, but he ran out every play like he had the ball. And then there was, when nobody was worrying about him, it was call the keeper. And then boom, he kept it. Nobody followed him, and then he gashed him for yards.
Yeah. I think with Kyle Shanahan, you got to earn his trust. I remember when Brock came in. Remember that game against Tampa where Brock threw that interception, but it was called back because of a penalty. And the next play, he threw that bomb to Ayuk for a touchdown. It's something that something between Trey and Kyle Shanahan that is not mashing. Hopefully this year he'll be able to gain his trust and showcase what he can do. This is the year that Trey's going to have to do it in, because next year, guess what? This is contract year. Next year, either you get either they pick up the 5th-year option or they don't.
This is the old shit or get off the pot situation.
And I believe every time Lance got hurt was on a running play. The preseason game was on the running play against the freaking Arizona Cardinals. It was on a run play against Seattle Seahawks. It was on a run play. Just don't run the guy so damn much. Let him be a regular quarterback.
Brock got hurt on a passing play.
I know, but we never saw him standing. Nobody can say that he's a weak quarterback and always gets hurt.
Brock should have ran that play.
He can stand strong in the pocket and it hasn't been killed by a D lineman yet to say that he's this frail quarterback that gets hurt. It's just because we ran him like fucking Jerome Bettis. Of course he's going to get fucking hurt. There's a video of me talking to Barry Baller 18, and I can share it if you guys want. When I'm literally talking in the preseason before a few weeks before week 1, and saying let's not run Trey so damn much if that's what they have in mind, because they know he's going to get hurt. I'd be like, no, you have to run him. You have to run him. Why? Why do you have to run him? Doesn't make sense.
Well, you don't have to run him, but he has the capability to run more than Brock or any or
in short yardage. In short yardage, fine. But I mean, why force it on second and long? You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, he's not a Josh Allen. He doesn't run like Josh Allen. He doesn't run like Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is a quarterback in the running back body. That dude is amazing. But I agree, don't run him. But maybe it was that finger. Hopefully, now listen, if this year we see a lot of run plays by Shanahan, then Shanahan's an idiot. It doesn't know how to deal with someone like Trey. Because now Trey is healthy, no finger issue, no nothing. This is the chance that you're going to see the Brock Purdy offense, right?
They probably had the conversation with Trey and his agent. They probably had that conversation. Like, look, I came in this league as a quarterback. When I came to college as a quarterback, they wanted me to play safety. I went to the college that wanted me to play quarterback. So let's just have me play quarterback. They probably had that conversation by now, because it's going to be so stupid if he gets hurt again on a forced run for no reason. It'll be so stupid. I'll literally break my TV if it happens.
But injuries come to any. Like I said, Brock Purdy got hurt by throwing.
Right.
If he would have ran that play, he wouldn't have got hurt.
But we didn't spend 3 first-round picks to get Brock
I understand.
Purdy.
But the injury is still the same.
Brock Purdy's disposable. The Niners could move on from him at any time.
Well, I'm not
because he was
saying
taken
that.
in the 7th.
What I'm saying
I'm
is,
just saying, I was like, when you have that much invested into a quarterback, you got to see what you got, and you put as much work into it as possible.
Well, you don't have to. Teams normally do because of the what they spend. But if Brock Purdy plays well and wins you Super Bowl, they don't give a shit if he was drafted in the 1st round or in the 7th round.
Yeah, it's meritocracy.
At that point, it doesn't matter when you got drafted.
What up, Willie? Willie Rodriguez is here.
Willie Rodriguez.
LFG Niners, LFG Lakers. I'm not sure if I said what up. So what A7, but I said
LFG. Somebody tell me. LFG.
Why they rushed if they needed that much work? I don't know. Who knows?
Break it down for me, guys. LFG.
Let's
fucking go.
And David McNiners here says quarterback coach Christensen working with Trey. Yeah, buddy. Let's talk about the people that have been seen in the public as of late, because there was like a 49er baseball game or softball game against the San Jose Police Department yesterday, I believe. Our boy Raj was a
charity.
Yeah, charity game. Raj was there, who's been on the show before from Our Up Niners, our good friend. And he's like Spencer Burford is looking really buff, and he's looking like a miniature Trent Williams now. Like that you know. He said Spencer Burford.
Not Buford, like.
But he's the same guy that said that Kinlaw looks like a beast too.
Well, everybody says Kinlaw looks a beast, and we always knew that Kinlaw will look
looks
like
better
a beast.
this year than he did.
Yeah, they say he looks like a beast, but plays like a bitch.
So, imagine if he's watching. He's
watch your hat. Watch your hat, Aaron.
Watch your hat.
Yeah, I can stand up to him. I'm 6'3", 290. I got him.
Thicker than a Snickers.
Now that's a little soundbite courtesy of David McNiner. He always says this.
Thicker than a Snickers.
If you guys heard that, thicker than a Snicker, that's David McNiner. Shout out to him.
All I know is if he hits me, I got a hell of a freaking lawsuit on my.
Oh yeah, he does. I'd love to have him jump on the chat.
Grant Coleman was hoping that same thing. He had a lawsuit too.
No, he was joking about it.
If he's worried about my freaking pale, pathetic ass talking about him, he's got more problems than you think. That dude should be focused on trying to keep himself in the NFL past this year.
Yes. Yes,
That's
please,
worried about
Javon.
me for. If you want to play in the NFL, you better ball out this year, or
Ooh,
retire if your
there you
knees
go,
are that
Aaron.
bad. Don't be
Tell
worrying
him,
about.
Aaron.
You know what? Coming as a rotational player, hopefully he'll get an opportunity to do something on this team and not have to be dependent on like we're going to depend on Hargrave.
I got
Now,
big
if he can't
fish.
even do it as a rotational player, oh shit.
Well, this is his year to prove something to his next team, because
Yep.
it probably won't be us he's playing for next year. So,
Dude, they
like,
brought in his They literally brought in his replacement.
they
You don't
brought
spend-
in what they brought in his final form.
But not
You know
only
what I
that,
mean?
they
Like-
have Khalil. What's the name? Khalil Davis. If he
Kalia
plays
Davis,
good this year,
DJ
Yep.
Jones type.
they're really not bringing him back.
We'll see. Yeah. So Raj was saying
If Kalia Davis gets more run than he does, he's out.
So Raj was saying that he saw Kinlaw. Kinlaw's looking really, really buff, and Drake Jackson's looking like really built. He said Hufanga looks like he's got some
Sorry, Drake
24-inch
Jackson.
pythons.
Woo!
He said
Yeah.
Talanoa Hufanga is looking really, really strong now, and Laura said Aaron's gonna throw some hands. So if he fights Kinlaw, there you go. Aaron's gonna throw his little hands and slap Kinlaw around.
Little.
If Kinlaw comes. Let's talk about this though, because OTAs are coming up, and there was some talks about so who was that? Jacour Pearson, that wide receiver that everybody was talking about in the XFL. Jacour Pearson, and like
Jacour.
they said, well, the wide receiver from the XFL, and people were like, "Oh wow, this guy looks like a poor man's Tyreek Hill in practice." And lo and behold, we didn't even sign this guy to a contract. And some people on Twitter were really bummed out. And why didn't we sign him? Why didn't we sign him? And we still have what's it called? Danny Gray in the mix, wide receiver from last year. And
What receiver are you talking about?
it was Jacour Pearson, the XFL.
Oh, they didn't sign him?
We didn't sign him. No, he was there on a tryout.
Okay.
Apparently he didn't impress. People get so like they see something, they see some viral tape. Bro, first of all, look at the competition. Secondly, look at the competition. And third, look at the competition.
It's not just that. It's not just that. That guy, he hasn't gone the easy road the whole way.
If he goes to Kansas City and becomes a starter over there, I'm going to hate him.
Well, all you have to do is run straight, and the quarterback can outthrow the defense. Not that hard.
He can run
This
straight.
is why. This is why I'm not trying to have, that type of an offense anymore.
Right, and you can bring in a guy that has one skill. I run straight, fast.
Yeah.
Here, Lance, throw 60 yards over the corner. Boom, touchdown.
Danny Gray is. That's what Danny Gray is I run
they drafted
straight.
Danny Gray for Trey Lance. They did not draft him for Jimmy or for Purdy. And if anybody else if you disagree with that, you're on some serious booger sugar, man.
Yes.
Bash, you're muted.
No, I was letting you guys go. I was waiting for you guys to go. But there's some more things to talk about in camp. I mean, like for example, like D Winters came into the first OTA rookie minicamp. They're saying he didn't look as fast as Swift. He looked a little chubby. So, and that was a linebacker a lot of us were excited about. So hopefully he gets his ass back into real football shape, because a lot of these dudes, especially some of these second-year players, are coming back looking all ripped and stuff.
That's what will get you right in the doghouse not playing if you come in fat and slow.
But do we really expect him to be starting?
He was drafted when in the 6th round, 5th round? I mean, that. Look where he's drafted and look who he's got to beat out.
5th round. That's our money round, man.
Well, we were talking about Marcelino McCrary Ball up until the draft, so he might still be the guy, or he could be.
He could be.
I mean, he's probably definitely the guy.
Yeah.
It's just,
I don't agree with everything Larry Krueger says, but that was one person that we agreed on, and that was McCrary Ball. But then again, that's just a bunch of people talking who love late round or undrafted guy stories all the time. So
but I think it's what's been shown. He
looked pretty good in the preseason. Like, he's really small though. Like, I know the Niners have small linebackers.
Winter?
But man, McCrary
Ball. A lot of the guys we get are former strong safeties. That's why.
Right.
They're all former
remember the
strong
linebackers,
safeties.
even back to like Willis and Bowman, how huge they were? Or you
Every
go back
time
to
they
the
were
80s
huge.
and
They were
everybody was
big.
wearing like those tree trunk pads. Now everybody, if you play, go ahead.
McCrary Ball always is always showing when he's in the game. You know when he's in the game because he's actually doing stuff because people are trying to pick on him because they think he's some backup slouch when he's not. He comes in the game. I was clipping up. I'm making edits, right? I was clipping up. Interception. Guy's got, he knows how to play. He didn't have to show up for rookie mini camp, which they'll do for other people, that position that might be up for debate because it's more time to compare them in between, compare them alongside other people. And that wasn't needed. They told him, don't worry about it. So to me, I think it's rap, bro. He's put so much time in this system. He's the next man up. It's how it's going to go. D Winters is here to probably, how long was Dre Greenlaw's contract?
I forget, but yeah, that was one thing I think me and Roger, somebody
3
else
years.
about, like that might be the way of things, the way of the force.
So he might be Dre Greenlaw's understudy and replacement. Yes.
Jeez, can I put your comment up on the screen, Bash?
This one, here you go. I put it. No, because it's like if I read your comment, consider yourself lucky because I got 3 other people talking and I'm trying to conduct the show.
You know who that is, right?
And I can't.
Danny Gray's favorite player.
I can't put up every comment on the show. It's impossible. But if I read your comment, I try my best to do it. I mean, you can watch plenty of other shows where they don't give a flying fuck about anybody's fucking comments, and that's even if I'm in the chat and they know I run a fucking channel. So it's not easy. So I'm just telling you.
What's that? What's that? What'd you say? Who doesn't care about their comments?
I'm not saying who, but I know it's out there. I mean,
there's people. Unless you super chat, they don't read your comments.
You gotta pay. You gotta pay to play.
Like I've been in chats before where I've put paragraphs in and I'm thought about it. And I was like, oh, this is a good comment. Nope.
The only time where I think that's okay is when the chat is going so fast. There's no way you're going to be able to really read it. You know what I mean? Because Because that's the only. I
remember.
But other than that,
I remember Jesse Aponte came alive with a Grant, and he was running Grant's comments, and he wasn't putting them up, right? And Grant's like, put them up, and he's like, they're coming so fast. He couldn't deal with it. To Ryan's point, it is hard to bring up comments when they're flying. Now, to us, it's slow, but you're talking about 1.K.
Right, we're getting the most. I used to get. I think when I was actually before people took over YouTube with their credentials. I think the most people I would have in a daily chat would be 40 people, right? Even that's hard, especially if people are super chatting, and then you have to slow down for that. Then if it's your friends, you don't want to ignore your friends. If you guys are in the chat, of course I'm gonna. And then if you have somebody in there who's trying to get your attention, it's just I can't imagine having we had when the streams that were during the playoffs. I had a couple of streams where I had a lot of people. It was almost 100 people. I barely read the chat in those streams. You can't. There's I would pick out certain comments. A lot of it was people talking back and forth to each other, but it's. But to me, the whole thing when people are paying to comment, when you have people no offense, Lombardi who don't even answer comments, even though you pay, that's just dirty. So I don't know.
Honestly, to defend him, he's answering my comments without even paying.
Yeah, but
Lombardi?
He didn't want to.
Lombardi.
He didn't want to answer the question because it contradicted his narrative.
Yeah, he'll do that. Well, everybody should do that.
He's so douche.
No, you shouldn't.
I don't know.
You should.
We
should go.
No,
we don't. We give it thought. We give stuff.
Who's that
thought.
other guy that I can't stand? He has that incredulous look on his face. Is it the Stats Guerrero guy? No.
Oh, I hate that guy.
Man. We're not gonna. No. Let's change the subject, please.
Oh,
that's.
Now, see him. I won't defend. I'll defend David Lombardi, but I won't defend the other guy.
That guy's face. I don't know whose face I like worse, him or that Devin Mulvaney guy.
All I know is
we gotta change the subject.
He worked with what's her name?
Kay Adams.
Kay Adams. and he spent the night with her in a hotel. So,
Oh my god!
and this is Kay Adams saying it, not him.
Oh my, please, now you got this image in my head, dude.
She's cute and everything, but man, she's just too skinny.
So whatever floats your boat, but yeah, I'm not really into like skinny.
Like I like petite
whatever.
women, but like she just looks like she needs to eat a donut or something. You know what I mean?
Her mouth is about
take
the
her
same
over to
size as anybody
take
else.
over to your house with all that Sicilian food, and all your relatives cooking up all that
right,
Sicilian
I'll put some
food.
weight on her. I'd be like, hey ma, Operation Fat, let's go.
Let me see what's up to Eric Wallace. Evening all. Thank you, David McGlynn. I appreciate it. I try my best to bring up comments. I can't bring up every single comment. No, it's impossible.
Old Steve McNiner.
David.
What?
Don't get pissed off if he doesn't read your pinchy comments. Just kick it, write it down, and be a man. Don't be a pussy.
Eric Wallace is a Seahawks fan, by the way, but he's really cool.
Keep being mean to Bashar. I'm gonna find where you are, and I'm gonna slap you right in your penis.
Oh my gosh! Come on, dude. Come on. You don't need
I
this.
don't know. Now this got really wild.
What is this? The
over here.
49er Mafia?
No, that's from
slap
freaking.
your
That's
penis and
from
touch it
Family.
and feel it.
That's from Family Guy.
Oh,
freaking-
okay. I know you got.
You know the old perverted man. You better now mouth off to me, or I'll slap you right in your.
I know you got all those Family Guy references. I've watched a few episodes here and there, but is there anything else that you guys want to touch on? We didn't touch on. I know we touched on a lot of things, and we've been on for over an hour. Any questions?
You don't want to use that word "touch on" after you mention penis.
Niners. We will be hosting the Super Bowl in 2026.
There you go. Hosting Super Bowl.
I think that's awesome. The Niners have to get there, right? This might be just outside their window where they have to start getting rid of contracts.
I think it's only 2020. It's only three. We're 2023 and 2026.
2 years away. To be honest with you,
3. Yeah, we still have time. We got time.
It's 3 years, but 2 seasons.
Yeah,
it'll be the 25 season going into 20.
If it was like 6 years away, or I'd be like, oh wow, or 5 years, but it's. I think we'll still be pretty good. I think by then.
That's the end of the window.
Yep. That'd be the end of the actual window. You're going to see McCaffrey pretty much, I would say, with another. Yeah. I see McCaffrey here at least maybe 3 seasons. 3 more seasons this year and maybe 2 other seasons, and then that's going to be it.
About 3 more years for McCaffrey. Yeah.
Debo, I would see Debo probably gone at the end of next season.
McCaffrey could even retire.
Fred Warner eventually. I mean, he's still in his prime. He's got a while. Linebackers can play a long time, but he's a good-looking guy. He's got a gorgeous wife and a family. You going to play 20 years, or are you going to play 10, 12 and say, see ya?
Why do you think he was going to be a model or something? You're mentioning his looks or something.
It reminds me of my nephew. My nephew's freaking. I hate it. He's way too good looking for his own.
Your nephew doesn't want to be on your show?
He will not come on.
Why won't he come on your show? I don't get it. He's a big Diner fan.
He's just weird. He's not weird. He's just. My nephew's just.
He's camera shy.
Man.
He's camera shy.
Athletes have so many more avenues outside of sports right now that you don't have to necessarily break
playing.
Yourself in the game anymore.
Like Jimmy Garoppolo could be a male model tomorrow.
Right.
Like, hey, guess what? I'm going to sell undies. Go ahead.
You can become talking personalities for games. You can do, all sorts of things. You can create your own podcast. You can create your own brand. You know what I mean? All sorts of things you can do to make money in outside of football. And some people have gone and gotten whole nother careers. You know what I mean?
I told my brother if I was a mid-level player, I would play 6 to 8 years minimum.
Not a mid-card streamer?
Yeah, not a mid-card streamer. I'd be a mid-card player, 60 years minimum, save my money, invest my money, and then I would just be a podcaster. And then that would be my life. And I have all the inside knowledge of the sport, which means I'd probably be a pretty successful podcaster, and my body's going to hold up. Say you play from 22, 23 to like 31, 32. You know how young that is, dude? And like you have your whole life. You can literally have a family starting in your early 30s and still be like, for instance, like if I ever got married, I can't have kids because my kids will be in their 30s and I'll be like in my mid 70s. It's just too late. Thank you. So, man,
Beto, give us an update on this Laker game. Senor Beto, is he frozen?
No.
Nope.
I think Beto, are you
I
frozen?
see him
He was
moving.
rifing through.
Oh, okay, there you go. He's
on his phone.
do you have an update on this Laker game?
I'm watching Fast X.
Oh,
Oh
gosh.
my gosh! And Eric Wallace says, "What's he got to say?" David, even though it's only 7 p.m., he's talking about something else. I think he's in Italy. Bebop. There you go. Bebop says OTAs tomorrow 12 p.m. and then Kyle talks at media at 2 p.m.
Dude,
What do you
Eric
got?
Wallace went to Italy?
I think he's there right now.
Sweet.
No, he
What part
says
of
my
Italy?
body is still on Italy time.
Oh,
So,
okay. He was.
to
I know he
me-
was there at one point. Yeah.
My mom is from Sicily.
Man, you forgot to say it like this.
We can't see it.
Come
We
on.
can't see it, Beto, because the green screen's blocking.
See, I
it
was
out.
told. I was told it's like this. This is how I was told. It's like
I used to
you
do this
like
a lot.
this, but
My dad hated when I did that. That's like,
nah. That's what I was like. Nah.
hey, look, it's Groot.
How about
But
your
also,
Laker
like-
game?
I'm watching that too.
Yeah, well, give us an update.
No, I'm not.
We had
gonna give
Gypsy
you,
too,
you know what
so I
you're
didn't know if
asking?
this was Gypsy, but I
Do they
don't
blow
know.
their lead?
I know what you're asking. Look how clear the movie is, bro.
It does look
Look
really
at you
good.
pirating movies.
Hey, guess what?
Hey, they're
I'm
free.
back to work next Monday, guys.
Oh, cool.
4:30.
Hey,
Hee
I hope your knee can hold up, man.
Don't matter. I got to be back at work, bro. I need
I
to make.
got you, I
I
got
need
you.
to. I'm real men work unless you can podcast for life.
Hi, you're on
Dude.
the air.
Now you're on the air.
No,
You know,
that
I
was
used to
that was
have a-
Howard Stern.
I
That was
used-
Howard
no,
Stern.
I used to have a friend that told me that I sounded like Howard Stern when I was younger. He's like, I could just see you on a radio show going, "Where's your husband? Is he in the back? Is he in the back?" Like, why would I say that to somebody? You know, the whole creepy.
Hi, you're on the air.
Hi, you're on the air.
You kind of do sound like him now.
I
after
have a
hearing you
little
say
bit of
that.
a Ray Romano thing. Somebody told me they're like, you have a really good radio voice. I said, why? Because it's off-putting. They're like, no. I'm like, you can tell me. I've been told it's very off-putting.
Well, at least you
especially
don't
by
sound like. Well, I always tell John V that he sounds like Danny Bonaducci.
John V is like every single guy in Jersey that I like who would freaking straight like. Listen, I'm gonna tell you how to do it here. You know, like I'm gonna make some mozzarella and some capicola.
But he's not Italian though. But he talks like a New Yorker.
He's Greek,
New Jersey
right?
Guy. He's Greek from Ohio, but he talks like he's freaking
My
from
mother
Jersey.
my mother has a Greek last name,
What's your mom's last name?
Latona.
Really? That's Greek?
So
Okay.
it's capital L-A, capital T-O-N-A.
Okay. It doesn't sound
Latona.
Greek to me. Okay. I lived in Greece at one point before I came here, actually.
Their last name is what I was told is Greek. It's like a goddess, some Sicilian. I don't know, Greek goddess.
Not
or something.
Sicilian, but Greek goddess. Yeah.
I also have the last names in my family, Genovese, which is a crime
Genovese. Yeah, like a
Yep.
mafia type name.
and Castro, the name Castro,
Like Fidel Castro.
like Fidel Castro. Yeah, there's
Or
a
Tariq Castro
my
Fields, the guy
brother
we
and me
cut.
are thinking about doing a little Ancestry.com, investing a little money, because my dad is Irish, but my grandma was the Irish one. She had the Mick in her last name. My grandpa had we're trying to figure out what my last name was. You know what I mean? You sound like my family in Wisconsin. You say I do sound. She says I do sound like Howard. I appreciate that. I'm not the
Ray
old
Romano
Howard.
slash
though.
Howard Stern. Yeah, the good Howard Stern.
I'm not like that with women. I'm not that gross.
Baba Booey.
Baba Booey.
Those who used to watch
And
Howard
you have
Stern
the
would
other
know.
one. You got to get the other one that says, "Hey, what are you doing? Just hanging around."
I gotta look for it. I
My
probably
brother
have it
has
somewhere.
one where it's like a bunch of them answering that, just hanging around, and it like echoes.
I gotta look for it. It's good that you told me. I gotta look for it. All right, so thank you everybody in the chat. Hey, look, wasn't trying to sound mean, but you watch other YouTube channels. Good luck getting your comments thrown on the screen. I'm just saying. And I'm a YouTuber, and I'll be in their chats, and my comments don't get thrown on the screen either. But I'd never once DM them said, "Hey, put my comments on the screen," or tweeted them, "Hey, you're like, look, they're not." A lot of people are really bad at seeing comments while they're having a conversation. We're trying to conduct a conversation here, and then I'm trying to get a word in, and I want to make sure these other guys get their points across, and then I have to worry about getting. There's a finesse to it. It may look easy peasy. Shout out to people who always say easy peasy, It may look really, really easy and simple, and I get it, but there's some, it's harder.
I remember when I first started, I was always like, "Yeah, we're gonna, put up all the questions and do all this and that." And I remember, like the first time we did it, we totally forgot to even look at that because we were so worried about everything else. You know what I mean? So there's a lot going on. You know what I mean?
Wayne Breezy made a good comment today. I commented and he put up my comment and he was talking about investing into your stream, right? Spending money. One thing that he mentioned was one thing that'll drive you crazy and make you ignore people is if your equipment or your computer or your microphone or your camera's having problems that day, your internet connection. The last thing I'm watching is the comments. All I'm thinking is I'm choppy. My video is bad. My audio sounds like trash. You know what I mean? Like, I was on his show one time on StreamYard, and StreamYard, I was echoing the whole time. I felt so bad because I wanted to be on the show so bad. He invited me on early. And so like that's the lemon squeezy. I've seen that one before.
Breezy this, breezy that.
Shout out to Breezy. You just mentioned him. Good dude. He's been on his channel. Yeah, man.
I'm gonna invite him out. If I ever get married, he can DJ my wedding.
He'll DJ your wedding.
Yeah.
I'm laughing at those funny voices.
Fuck yeah, Breezy, you're the man.
Got to give shout out to Breezy.
Oh man, you keep saying that. You made it.
I call him Graybeard.
Okay. So here's the score update from Warowski. I think Warowski's a Laker fan too, if I'm not mistaken. I know he lives in Southern California. 93-87 Denver. Is that the current score? Or that's not the final. I don't think.
It's gonna be a weird finals if it ends up being the Nuggets and freaking the Heat.
Yeah, that would be
two teams with no superstars other than the
Heat. They're honestly.
When was the last time you heard that a place seed has gone this far?
Really quick to rant about the Heat.
And it happened in hockey this year.
Remember when the Heat had that super team, and people say, "Oh, they just won because of the super team." Their coach Spoelstra is highly underrated. That Heat team is always in the mix when it comes to playoff time. Yep. So, shout out to him and his coaching. Eric Spoelstra is a really, really good coach, and Jimmy Butler is a beast. By the way, he's underrated.
Michael Jordan Jr. Yeah, the guy who says
really, you call him Michael Jordan Jr. Well, I don't like to put Jordan.
No. There's a rumor. There's people watch enough shorts on YouTube or Twitter. There's a guy that says that Jordan had an illegitimate son, and they think it's
who.
The guy you just mentioned.
I think it's Jimmy Butler. Yeah, right.
Somebody shaved his head off in like a picture, and they were like, "See, it looks like Jordan."
No, Michael Jordan's sons were nothing in college.
We're like
basketball.
Joe Montana's sons. Complete
they're exactly. They're basically. I mean, I hate to rag on them like that, but they're basically the equivalent of Joe Montana's sons of football.
That's my brother. My nephew always gives to me when we do the LeBron Jordan debate as well. At least. Let's see, LeBron's the real GOAT because one of his sons is going to play in the NBA. I'm like, oh God, here we go.
One of his sons will play the NBA, but I wouldn't say his son Bronny is going to be this amazing stat in the NBA either. He'll be an NBA player, but he's definitely not what his dad was.
I hope he goes to the Warriors.
Really? Why is that?
So if he's not that good, I can always laugh.
Oh my gosh!
You got a James.
I thought you don't hate the Warriors though, but why would
don't. But Ted makes me hate him.
Who?
Ted.
Why is Ted making me hate the word?
He talks so much smack.
Listen, Ted is an underrated freaking troll. I love him. That's what I love about him. He can he's so like typical, like Silicon Valley guy, like totally normal. You get him talking sports, dude. He is a trash talker. He's low key.
But I like it though. I like to mess with him.
He's technical Ted. He's got all the stats.
Do you? What he says. Do you bet though?
Yeah.
Talk dirty to me, baby.
Did you accidentally remove him from the chat?
No, I didn't remove him from the chat. I blocked him from Twitter.
Oh, now the truth comes out.
Yeah, I blocked him that's what I did. It wasn't meant. I didn't mean to do him. I brought him right back. I put him back on, but I guess since I built the chat, it automatically throws people out of the chat. I didn't know that. So I made him friends again. But I didn't touch the chat. I didn't know that.
You made him friends again. Again.
Well, I brought him in, whatever you call it.
Are you guys
go off somewhere and sing Kumbaya?
Yeah, he went
out with some guy and went and sang Kumbaya.
You guys can rent what does they call it? B&B, bread and breakfast.
Airbnb.
You could share You could share a twin bed like grown boys.
No, he's cool though.
No,
he's a troll, but he's cool. He doesn't do
come
nothing
on. Ted's
personal.
awesome, man.
I told him he's
Ted's
got to
a
start
really cool
doing
guy.
that in YouTube chats. Like, start getting pissed off.
Yeah, he
He's
doesn't
like,
do
his
nothing
wife
personal.
tells him his wife tells him that me and him agree on too much.
Well, so
You
you guys
and
got to
who,
find
Ted?
something you guys don't agree on, but you're upon. And Steve Supremo's throwing out a sponsorship suggestion. Said you guys should go get Pig in a Pickle.
That's
The
Larry's
best
sponsorship.
barbecue in Northern California. I'm doing a free plug for a damn place I've never even ate at. It only has 2
Yeah.
locations, by the way. So
That's pretty good, actually.
We'll
Yeah, I
stick
don't
my
know.
pickle in the pig. Yeah.
you'd stick your pickle in a
Is
pig.
that what you
Well,
call her?
Miss Piggy, or what?
No, just never mind. Just playing on
You're the one
words.
that started it, bro.
I know.
I
put
just
it in your
rather
little
use my
pickle.
smoker.
My
All right,
brother
so-
bought another biscuit, by the way, just to let you guys
Well, I
know.
just bought-
So
you know what I
another
bought today?
biscuit? Oh, hold on. What up, Corey Davis?
I brought a brisket. What's up, Corey
What up,
David?
Corey?
Says, hello, my 49ers family, and I hope you're all
What's
having a
up,
wonderful
Corey
Monday.
Davis? You're the man.
Hey, Corey Davis, we were talking about your brother when the show first started. Happy birthday to your brother. I believe it was his birthday yesterday. And I'm not sure what his name is. I think it was Chris when I read it on Facebook because I only saw his profile once. But I brought up your brother because your brother is a badass singer. He was singing the Foo Fighters song. And yeah. And Aaron's feisty tonight. Yep. And Laura also brought up the Carmelo Anthony retiring today. So
Yep.
shout out
That's
to Carmelo.
Aaron Feisty. That's Aaron's real personality in real life.
I
Aaron's
know.
very
You're feisty on Twitter too.
People don't understand. Like, I'm very fake on YouTube. I'm not. I have a
Did you
temper
just say
and
you're
I'm
fake?
mouthy.
Look, whatever
I
you
keep
see on
it-
YouTube
I
is
keep
me
it
in real life.
super vanilla.
Okay, Vanilla. Don't say you're
Because
fake, bro,
I-
because that's not good.
Because when me and my nephew get into it, like, or if I'm like, me and my brother fight all the time. We fought since we were children.
Are you saying you
always-
pull a Jimmy Fallon?
What's that?
You know, Jimmy Fallon, he's always like hella vanilla and neutral. Yeah, okay, everything's cool, guy. Yeah,
Kind
that was funny. Yeah.
No,
You know
I
what
just
I mean?
have a lot
Like-
of opinion. I have a lot of opinions on a lot of things that I try to keep off of, like, about things that, like, if me and you met up in real life,
What are you showing us, Beto?
because I
This
don't want to
girl
get
is so
myself
fine,
canceled.
and she's
so to
like
speak.
8 feet tall, but she's
8 feet
Gorgeous.
tall.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Whoa.
look at the fan. She's touching the fan on top of the roof.
Too much for me.
look at the thighs.
Okay, so
yes,
Corey
but
said,
she's nice looking. Hold on.
hang on. Corey said today is his brother's birthday and his name is Kurt. Okay, there you go. So happy
Kurt,
birthday to your brother.
yeah,
I'm not sure if
Kurt.
he's a Niner fan. Is your brother a
Kurt
49er
Angle?
fan, Corey? I don't know if your brother's a Niner fan, but regardless, your brother's an amazing singer. I admire his talent. I love music's my first love, so I admire your brother's musical singing skills. He's amazing.
I want to know if your brother is a 49ers fan, because if not, I'll still wish him a happy birthday, but I'll tell him this
I
team
think he's a
sucks.
Raider fan.
He could be.
Oh.
You never know. I know a lot of people that have brothers and they're not.
My
they're not
brother's
Niner
a Miami
fans.
Dolphins fan. Do not understand why. I asked him one day. I'm like,
It's all
why?
your fault, Aaron.
Oh, that's because
Corey,
I
is your
wanted to
brother
be
in
different.
jail?
Huh?
What was that about jail? What?
Raiders fan.
Raiders fan.
I don't know.
They're
What do
usually
you
in
mean?
jail.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of them in jail. Yeah, that's true.
Especially when they come to the 49ers stadium and they always end up getting into a fight with everybody.
The Wild Wild West showdown.
That's me. Every time I come into work, I kick the door open. I'm like, who wants to go? I'm always complaining.
Right?
Oh man. We've been out here
What was
just
that?
we're just BSing. I mean, hey, so we pretty much covered a whole lot of
Somebody
things
just
today.
strangle a cat?
Oh, he's not a football fan. Okay. I got it, Corey. Okay, interesting. Okay, well, he's obviously definitely a
Wow.
big music fan because he
He
seems
put
like
that
he
in
works really
capitals.
hard.
Like he's not a
Yeah,
football
yeah,
fan.
I know.
dude.
Corey loves talking.
man.
Well, he was typing in capitals. It's okay. Corey can type in
I'm
capitals.
trying to get one of my nieces to be, because my sister and my brother-in-law are the most vanilla, boring people you've ever met in your life, right? And my one niece is all about fashion and clothes and stuff, and being all drama time. The other one is like kind of a tomboy. So me and my brother are working on converting her. She's probably going to end up being a Dolphins fan, but I'm still trying.
I have a really, really cute niece, and ever since she could talk, from like 2 years old onwards, she'd see me and her dad watching Niners, and she'd always turn around and tell us, "Go Niners!" So she gets
would
excited
go.
when we watch the Niners.
My
so.
niece would, if you invited my niece to a football game, she'd go. She would go. If she knew that
Yeah.
she was going to get some free food and she'd get to scream and yell and hang out with her uncles, she would totally go. The other
Shoot,
one
if you
would
invite me to
tell
the
you,
Playboy Mansion, I'll go.
nah, I don't want to catch
my
anything.
gosh.
All right, I'm done.
Oh my gosh, man! You guys are hilarious.
And with that,
okay, so thank you guys for hopping in the chat. Even if you came late, I'm sorry, Corey, you're a little late to the party, but we appreciate you. And again, one more time, happy birthday to your brother. I never met your brother, but he seems like he's really, really cool. Thank you guys for watching NWO. I believe it's going to be on Ryan's channel next week. So hit the description box of this video so you can subscribe to No Border Sports channel if you're not already subscribed. Hit up Niner Sickness Podcast to subscribe there. Hit up 49ers First Takes to subscribe there. If you're not subscribed, hit the description box. Again, next week, next Monday, No Border Sports channel. And let us know if you guys have anything going on your channels before we get out of here.
What's going on?
I got Niners and Friends tomorrow.
There you go.
I got the Friday night hangout. Thursday night,
I'll be
on Corey's channel. Hit me up. Look me up.
And poor Corey. I'm sorry, Corey. I didn't know you had that issue with your right eye. Sorry about that.
Sorry, Corey.
Go
ahead, Bash.
Go ahead, Eric. Bash.
We have Bash. Well, there's the NWO tonight. I have tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern. It's me and Raj. Wednesday, I'm on, I think, at 2 p.m. with Ryan Hensley on his channel. I think. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. That's gonna be interesting. I'll watch that.
Don't talk about Purdy though. He won't have you on.
No,
he's not a dink and dunk quarterback.
Me and him agree on a lot of Purdy stuff. That's the thing. And then the same night I'm on with Ted, and then Friday or Saturday, I forget, guys. I'll keep you updated on Twitter. I'm going to be on with Jason Hurley. We're going to talk everybody who's been signed, contracts, Bosa, things of that nature. So it might not be the most football related podcast. It might be more or less like just a kind of like numbers. But if you're interested in that kind of hogwash, then June. So I'm pretty busy because I'm going back to work next week. So that's one of my dad's favorite words. It's very Irish American.
Yeah, I've never used that word ever in my life. That's okay.
Or malarkey,
so malarkey. What's that?
Just a bunch of malarkey.
My mom used chutzpah a lot.
Chutzpah. That's like a Yiddish thing.
My mom says merda. That's
it's like balls.
Merda is shit.
Mexicans use a lot of that too. Mierda.
Yeah.
Mierda.
In French, it's merde.
But anyway, for my channel on Friday nights, come and check out me and Jess from East Coast, Red and Gold. We have our 49ers Now podcast. And then just to echo on Ryan, tomorrow, it's 49ers and Friends. Come and check us out. Myself, Ryan, and Mariah doing our thing. Come and support that channel. Whose channel is it on tomorrow, Ryan?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
I think it's I think it's on Mariah's. I think it's on Mariah's.
We love our community. Yeah. We have so many like
shows.
Good people. Hey, Vatos, Niners for life.
Dynamite Dave, man. He's saying, Vatos, Niners for life. Good. You get late to the party, but good to see you, though.
Órale, puros pinches vatos, Niners for life.
Viva la raza.
Sticky on the side, Holmes.
All right, thank you guys again. I appreciate you guys for watching NWO. This time was on 49er Minded channel. Again, catch it next week on the. I gotta have these overlays. Let me get rid of them really, really quick.
And thank you for the super chats.
Well, there are no super chats on this channel. There's a Venmo.
That's why he didn't touch the comments.
I did. There's only so many comments I could
throw
up.
I was waiting for that setup.
If it's three other guys talking, I can't throw up every comment. It's just harder when there's more people talking.
You better end it.
If I didn't put your comment, no hard feelings. There's only so many comments I can put up when other people are on the show. So again, thank you guys.
Over here.
Ryan's getting
so Ryan's got to get his sleep. Catch him on his channel next Monday at 6:00. Catch everybody else. Subscribe to everybody else, and we'll be back here this week. I'll probably have Dion on. We're going to try to figure out what day to bring Dion on. I should probably collab with Ted. TED Talks on Friday, I believe. And Aaron's got something funny to say. Go ahead. What do you want to say?
No, I'm just Ryan's like, can I go, please?
I'm sorry for holding you guys up. Thank you guys for watching 49er Minded NWO show on 49er Minded. We get into the minds of 49er fans. Keep watching those Niners and stay 49er Minded. Peace. Let's go. Go Niners. OTAs tomorrow. Let's check it out.
Go and get something.
Come on, 49er Faithful. Let's get it.
Because it's 49er Mind.
gotta do this one time for the Empire.
It's 49 in mine. It's 49 in mine.
We gotta get that brick by brick real quick.
49 in mine.
Ji'Ayir! Yo, we can't listen to them haters, man.
49 in mine.
We from the Bay.
49 in mine.
We them San Francisco 49ers.
49 in mine.
We got that red and gold blood inside us.
49 in mine.